we are again. This time I'm here to talk to you about my 3-book series. It's going to be the Marcus Hunt Literary Collection. It contains 3 books. The first book is going to be called Thrill of the Hunt. The second book is going to be called Prey. And the last book is going to be called Hunted. The main character's name is Marcus Hunt. He starts as an adolescent whose mother is tragically taken away from him. And he is brought into this organization that is not your typical center for underprivileged youths. What it is instead is a training facility for assassins. And he's raised by these individuals, and they pretty much raise him to be a hitman for hire. He grows up and he becomes very efficient at what he does. He gets a lot of hard contract jobs and he gets paid very well to do it. But in doing his job one day, he is set up and framed for a murder that he did not commit. With him trying to figure out who set him up, he goes on this path of uncovering the mysteries of the organization that pretty much created him, figuring out some things about his own past and how it's interconnected with the organization. Seeing a lot of political scandals, conspiracies, and things that he wouldn't have believed were actually going on if he hadn't seen them for his own eyes. There's a lot that goes on in this first book. In the second book, he finds out who is responsible for the death of his mother, and it sends him down a path of vengeance. He tears through some of the U.S. and some of Japan looking for this individual, and it just sends him on a path of trying to get revenge for his mother who was taken away from him as a child. You're seeing an no-holds-barred individual who is just taking matters into his own hands, and I think the emotion that's going to be felt in this second book is going to be very touching, because it really gets into the relationship that he had with his mother. You see a lot of back and forth, and him thinking back to things that remind him of his mother and his last memories of her and having her taken away, and the feelings that he had growing up without her. It's really rough for him, and it still plagues him to this day, and that's why he goes down this path in the book Prey. In Hunted, he is a more matured man. He's grown. He's out of that lifestyle. He no longer wants to be a hitman for hire. He instead is trying to settle down and have what is a normal life. But somebody from his past doesn't want him to have that, and they're determined to destroy him. And they are going to do whatever is necessary to do that. And they've threatened not only him, but those close to him, in order to see to it that he suffers. So he must come out of retirement. He must go back and put on the gloves that he said he would never put on again, and take up the mantle that he had said he would never take up again. And in doing this, he has to do it not only to save himself, but to protect his family. But this time, this may be the last time, because he may not be successful this time. But you never know. You just have to read the book to find out. We also want to go into a comic book series, and the comic is going to touch on a bunch of different issues, from equality to bullying and drugs and a bunch of other things. And we think that Marcus Hunt, being a hero, even though he starts off as an anti-hero, being the hero that he is, will be able to be an advocate against a lot of these things, such as bullying, which I believe is a very serious problem today. So we want this character to be fully developed and somebody that everybody can relate to and can connect with. I think that once you read the first book, that you'll be hooked, and that you'll love Marcus Hunt not just as a character, but you'll love the idea, and you'll try and see yourself in his shoes. You'll see his struggles as your struggles. So when he hurts as a character, you'll hurt. And when he triumphs, you'll feel that triumph for yourself. So when you're reading the book, you're like, yes, that's what we want. That's what I want to convey as an author. I want you to really connect with the character, and I want to see the character grow, and I want you to grow with him, so that everything he goes through matters to you. But I look forward to sharing that with you. The Marcus Hunt Literary Series is going to be a lot of fun.